statewide snow day kicks off a week of winter weather.
It looked like 93 back in Delmar, Arkansas. That's the last time I've seen this much snow, was 1993.
From the below freezing night ahead to road conditions and energy concerns, THV 11 is winter weather central. Plus, cars stuck? It's no problem for a group of good Samaritans.
Neighbors helping neighbors. I'm Jay Jackson, and coming up, I'll have how they're shoveling each other out of the snow.
And it wouldn't be an Arkansas snow day without pictures. We're sharing your views of the natural state's winter wonderland. Beautiful views, family fun, and the perfect excuse to stay home. People across Arkansas made the most of this very snowy, very cold Monday. And the thing that made it perfect? Seeing your photos. We've received hundreds of them, and they are still coming in. Keep sending them our way. We're never going to get tired of them. Text them to 501-376-1111. We're showing them off in every newscast until this winter weather makes its way out of here, which could be a while. Thank you for watching us tonight. I'm Rolly Hoyt, and we are once again bringing you winter weather team coverage this evening. Meteorologist Nathan Scott is bundled up in that weather garden where it is, well, Nathan, you fill us in.
It's cold, Rolly, for one thing. It is frigid out here, but we saw some light snow falling at this time. And I'm just watching these snowflakes fall on my gloves and coat, and they are very pretty. If you get outside and take a look at the spectacular shapes that these snowflakes are producing right now, you might be able to get a pretty cool picture. But the snow, it's dry, powdery snow. Can't make snowman, can't make a snowball with it. And we've got more snow on the way. We've got another storm heading our direction. But let's talk about what's happening out there right now, because the temperatures, whew, it is feeling like Arkansas has moved to Iowa or North Dakota with numbers like this. 14 in Little Rock, 9 degrees. These are actual air temperatures now. Ladies and gentlemen, the feels like number is much lower, pretty much into the lower single digits or below zero. And there's that little bit of some flurry activity, really not going to amount to much at all, maybe produce an additional dusting, but don't be surprised if these flurries stick around over the next few hours. Take a look at this statistic. We have just shattered the snow drought at Little Rock Airport with 9 inches coming in at Little Rock Airport. That is an all-time daily February snowfall. The old record, that was 8.5 inches all the way back in 1966. And here's some other totals around the region. Fairfield Bay, 8 inches. Mountain View in Stone County, 7 inches. And then you have Wooster in Faulkner County, over 8 inches. Some more totals. Maumelle, 9 inches. Mayflower, 8.5. We've got a new winter storm warning that has been issued. That goes into effect Tuesday evening and goes all the way through Thursday. So as we take a look at the bottom line for the next system, tonight we're dropping down to 0 temperatures. Tomorrow, probably not getting out of the teens. Snow starts to arrive Tuesday evening. It will stick around throughout Tuesday night, Wednesday, and then eventually move out of here on Thursday afternoon. We'll have more on that second system coming up and let you know how cold the wind chills will get tonight a little bit later.
Nathan, thank you. And remember, you can always find the latest weather updates on the THV 11 app. You can also watch our newscast there. It helps if you're a cord cutter. You can find the list of school closures and delays. It's free to download on the Apple App Store and at Google Play. And the bitter cold has officials worried about possible energy issues. Governor Asa Hutchinson encouraging Arkansans to do their best to conserve energy over the next few hours and days. The governor tweeted this earlier today, quote, "The extreme cold weather could cause natural gas and energy service interruptions as energy demands increase, energy production is strained, and energy conservation is requested." The Division of Emergency Management says people can do this by lowering their thermostats at night, limiting their hot water use, and reducing the number of rooms that they are using. We're going to have much more on this coming up on 6:30 Central. And new at 6, the city of Little Rock is opening Barton Coliseum, the Arkansas State Fairgrounds, as an emergency shelter for the homeless. Mayor Frank Scott Jr. made the announcement just 30 minutes ago, saying people can go there if bed space runs out at the smaller shelters. And roads continue to be a major concern for many Arkansans. Crews across the state continue to work around the clock to make sure that they do have the They can clear the roads for folks who need to get out and can do so safely. Mayor Scott shared that video earlier of city workers plowing through this morning. He says the city has 12 large trucks, 4 small trucks, and 2 graders making the rounds to make sure that the roads stay clear. Let's take a look at iDrive right now. You'll see it's a blue Monday. That's because blue means snow covered, and nearly every major highway on that map has snow on it. It's difficult to drive on in a 4-wheel drive vehicle. Depending on how much snow, it could be impossible for cars. So if you don't have to go out, stay off the roads. But that's not possible for some of us and a challenge for a few others. And THV 11's Mercedes McKay talked to several Arkansans who braved the storm and got outside, and she joins us live with the details.
Rolly, I spent most of my morning right off I-30 near the Little Rock outlets. Now, from downtown, it took me 50 minutes to get there, and that's usually a quick 20-minute drive for me. Now, most businesses were not able to open their doors today, but some did, and they happily welcomed customers. From snow plows to shovels to sleds. It was a day filled with excitement.
I love the snow. I wish we'd get about 2 foot.
And shock.
I did not expect to see this much snow.
The falling flakes blanketing barren parking lots and busy interstates across Pulaski County, giving Arkansans like Billy Walker. How long have you lived in Arkansas, Billy?
60 years.
And Thais and Anissa Woods.
My whole life.
A whole lot, yeah. 32 years.
A sight they haven't seen in a while.
It's been a long time.
This looked like 93 back in Dermot, Arkansas. That's the last time I've seen this much snow, was 1993.
All day trucks have been plowing the snow to the side here at the Bass Pro Shop parking lot. And just to put it into perspective, I'm 5'1 3/4, and this is how much snow I'm standing in.
When I woke up, I looked out the window, I was like, oh my God.
But these piles and piles of snow didn't stop people from coming into what looked like one of the only businesses open along I-30. And they were all searching for those cold weather necessities.
Need to come over here and get me some boots and some warm clothes to go hunting.
To buy gloves.
Buy gloves and socks.
Earmuffs.
Yeah, just stuff to keep us warm. We plan on going out on the ATVs and riding in the snow.
Even though they all said the roads weren't as bad as they expected them to be, they suggest everyone else to just stay put.
You don't have to be out, don't.
Now, if y'all are curious just how cold it feels out here, I don't even know if I have toes anymore. I really can't feel them at this point. About 30 minutes ago when I described how cold it was, it's definitely gotten a lot colder, getting even a little more difficult for me to talk because my mouth feels so frozen. And I am layered up and I'm uncomfortable. So all of y'all at home, stay there, watch it through your window. It'll be much better and feel better that way. I'll see y'all later at 6:30. I'm going to get into the car. Back to you, Rolly.
Thank you, Mercedes. Yes, definitely be safe. And we continue our team coverage with Stephanie Esquivel and Jade Jackson, who both found themselves in need of a snow day hero. Fortunately for them and several of us, several good Samaritans were out and about lending a helping hand. We begin with Jade, who spent the day in North Little Rock.
A reminder that you don't need to go out unless you absolutely have to. Now, I did speak with a North Little Rock official who said she had info on where people can go for help, because with inches like this out here, you see, with the snow, it's real easy for you to get stuck, like this man who got stuck today.
I was trying to run to the store and, pick up for last minute things.
But that didn't happen for Corey Booker when his car got stuck in the snow. Neighbors trying to help him get unstuck.
Go forward now.
It is wild. I lived in Wisconsin for 2 years and we got regular snow like this. But as you know, the difference is we had snow plows out in the middle of the night in Wisconsin. In Arkansas, I guess they don't have the equipment for snow like this.
Put it in park.
They can try to make it to one of the main arteries of town, then they would be able to get around, I think pretty easily, because we're going to try to keep those streets cleared off. But if you don't have to get out, don't try.
Booker was on a side street, stuck in the snow, until this happened. A kid in the neighborhood, little Jay, throwing down a cardboard box to help, hoping it would be used on the tires, which at first was a little tricky.
Hold on.
But eventually,
I feel better, much better. Stay in if you can.
Now, little Jay didn't want to talk on camera. He was a little shy, but his mom did say he's the one that saw what was happening outside his window and thought about the cardboard idea to help. Reporting out here in North Little Rock, Jade Jackson, THV 11 News.
Jade, thank you. Now, over in Little Rock, tow truck companies have had such a high call volume today that it can take hours for drivers to get the help that they need. And as Stephanie Esquivel explains, that made things scary when their tires started spinning.
Earlier in the day, I tried leaving my apartment to help cover this historic snowfall, but I myself became stuck in the very high snow. When I called the tow truck company, they told me it could take up to 5 hours for somebody to get to me.
Due to the 8 inches of snow that we have on the ground, yeah, it's causing a lot of, time of lapsing back for our customers.
Asher Wrecker Service says today's average wait time is unusually high.
And they was averaging anywhere from, about 3 hours to 3.5 hours due to inclement weather.
But they say that can be expected in such harsh weather conditions.
Due to having to drive a little bit slower, putting chains on our trucks, and being very cautious of trying to get up and down hills.
And in a time of need, some good Samaritans help their fellow Arkansans.
Well, anybody's ever been stuck before, they know it sucks to sit on the side of the road, especially without water. And we're just trying to do what we can to help let people know there's still good people out.
But even those roadside heroes say there's also something in it for them.
It's fun for me. I just enjoy doing it.
Exactly. That's part of
be honest.
Those men who helped many of us off the road say they're also doing it to help people avoid the unexpected costs of a tow truck service. They say they will continue to do it throughout the day. Reporting in Little Rock, I'm Stephanie Esquivel for THV 11 News.
Well, we still saw hundreds of COVID-19 cases despite the winter weather. We're going to take a closer look at today's numbers coming up.
And as we take a look at iDrive Arkansas, you can see the roads all in red. Snow-covered roads continue to be a concern, and they will stay that way because temperatures are not going to be climbing anytime soon. I think road travel will remain hazardous all the way through Friday because we've got another snowstorm heading our direction. We'll have more on that coming up. Well, good evening, Central Arkansas meteorologist Nathan Scott. We're taking a look right now from our camera overlooking Interstate 630 where the roads are still snow covered. And when the interstate is snow covered, you definitely know that city streets are snow covered in pretty much every street across the state. And expect this to be this way because the temperatures are going to be dropping down really cold tonight. We'll get to those numbers in just 1 second. We've got a few snow showers still flying around out there right now. This is very light activity, but producing a few flurries around the region. No accumulating snow. That's all out of here for now. That will be changing, though, going to the rest of the work week. But there's a little bit of flurry activity flying around in Van Buren County, Cleburne County, also around Little Rock Metro, pretty much from Stuttgart through Cabot, Heber Springs, Clinton, Russellville, Danville, and this will be sticking around over the next few hours. Here are some of the snow totals around the region, and there was a general amount of snow, say from, I would say, about 4 to 8 inches for most of Central Arkansas. That 3-inch, that might have been an earlier report in Lonoke County, but there were some spots that got as much as 8, 9, even 10 inches of snow, and we've got more snow to add to those totals. Chief Meteorologist Tom Brandon will have that coming up in the next few minutes. Look at these temperatures. It is frigid, bone-chilling, teeth-shattering cold. 2 degrees right now in Fayetteville, 11 in Searcy, 14 Hot Springs, 15 in Arkadelphia. We still have that wind kicking in from the north-northwest about 10 to 20 miles per hour, and that just pierces right through your clothes. You have to wear layers, and you have to make sure that every part of your skin is covered up because if you're out there unprotected for about 5 or 10 minutes, you start to get numb, and you wait longer than that, frostbite is certainly a possibility because here are the feels like values or the wind chills. It feels like 6 below in Clinton, feels like 14 below in Fayetteville, 18 below is the wind chill in Harrison, even all the way down into El Dorado. It feels like 9 above 0. So we have that wind chill warning in effect for all of central Arkansas and off to the north and west, and then a wind chill advisory, and that's because wind chills could drop as low as 5 below. Here in the wind chill warning, it could be 15, maybe even 20 below 0. That feels like number. Here's what you're going to wake up to tomorrow morning. Look at this. This is just crazy. This is more typical of, say, Minnesota, where they are more susceptible to this type of weather. Very unusual for us to get this cold. We will see a slight improvement going into Wednesday morning. Thursday morning, it'll feel like the teens, but then it drops back down, feeling like near 0 once again by Friday morning. Actual air temperatures tonight. Check this out. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be low single digits or below 0 in many locations, especially outside the metro. And as we take a look at the records, well, the record for tomorrow morning is 14, so we can say goodbye to that because we're forecasting a low of 0, and that's all the way back from 1900. And then we'll have to watch out for the record on Friday morning, which is 17, because we're expecting a low of 11 degrees. The last time that we saw the temperature dip down to 0 was back on December 23rd, 1989, and the coldest recorded February temperature on record, 12 below. That was all the way back in 1899. Storm number 1 moving out. Storm number 2, well, that's going to be moving in, getting into as early as Tuesday evening. Tonight, wind chill warning, a few flurries, some clearing, bitterly cold, 0. And here's KTHV 11 extended forecast. The temperatures staying on the chilly side. Good chance of snow Wednesday, Thursday. We do warm things up going to next week. Hey, 50. That's breakout T-shirts and shorts weather by Sunday, possibly. Now I'm going to send it over to Chief Meteorologist Tom Brandon for the latest on this next storm system, because this one could also bring us significant snowfall, and we could see over a foot of snow in some locations by Friday. Right, Tom?
Oh, my goodness, I know. This is going to become the snowiest February in Arkansas history. Just you watch. Let's update you right now what we have. First of all, the winter storm warning for the counties in pink. That includes almost all of Arkansas through the day Thursday for the accumulating snow. Here's what we expect to happen. Potential winter weather. All snow for the northern half of the state. Draw a line from West Helena, Pine Bluff, Arkadelphia to Queen. North of that line, we're expecting it to be all snow. South of that line, more of a wintry mix, sleet mixed with snow, so the totals will be down just a bit. And how much? Well, quite a bit is on the way. I'll cover that in a moment. Let's put it in motion for you. Storm number 1 getting out of the way. Here comes storm number 2. When does it move into the state? Sometime around 8, 9 o'clock, we'll begin to see some snow develop in western and northwestern Arkansas. Wednesday, 3 o'clock, accumulating snow moving through west central into central Arkansas. And notice a little bit of that pink over southern Arkansas, northern Louisiana. That's where the mix is expected to occur. And then by Wednesday at 6 o'clock, that gets out of the way. How much additional snowfall is expected? Anywhere in the white. They say the central 2/3 of the state, 4 to 8 inches on either side of that, 3 to 6 with 2 to 4 over the borders, northern Arkansas, southern Arkansas. But of course, this could change. This is the initial forecast for snow. And again, here in Little Rock, we're expecting it to all be snow. We will keep you up to date on this forecast. And by the way, just a few minutes ago, while you were doing the weather, Minnesota called. They want their weather back. All right? Rolly, back to you.
Thank you, John. And we remind everybody, please stay safe over these next few days. Don't forget, if this weather changes, you want to be able to get a quick update. You can just text the word weather to 501-376-1111, 501-376-1111, and we will send you that latest forecast straight to your phone.
The big story today is not the power outages, but the record high power usage. Coming up at 6:30, what companies are asking you to do and how this might affect your bill down the road.
Well, everyone's focus may be on the snow and brutal cold, but the winter weather did not stop thousands of Arkansans from getting tested for COVID-19 yesterday. Labs able to process close to 4,500 tests over the last couple of hours, and of those, 320 came back positive. The governor noted that, as expected, testing and our case numbers are lower than usual because of that weather and will likely continue to be until things clear up. But the winter weather did not stop our hospital numbers from dropping. Once again, 642 people are fighting the virus from a hospital bed. That's 27 fewer than yesterday's total, and the lowest that number has been since November 4th. Unfortunately, 10 more Arkansans have died from the virus, bringing the state's death toll to 5,275. Now, coming up on 6:30 Central, we'll take another deep dive into some of these numbers, and we're getting a better idea of how we're doing on the vaccination front. But first, meteorologist Nathan Scott has a final check of your forecast, and here's a tease: you're going to want to stay inside. We'll be back right after this.
All right, tonight is going to take your breath away. Tomorrow morning will probably make your heart skip a beat because we're going to start off the day in the low single digits or below zero, calling for zero here in Little Rock. Temperatures staying cold with more snow moving in as early as tomorrow evening, Wednesday, Thursday, and it could be significant. More details on that coming up at 6:30.
And Nathan, it's at least it's instantly uncomfortable. It's not like extreme heat where you might think, I can make my way through this. Nope. You're going to know right away.
You walk outside, you're like, whoa, I want to go back inside.
So let that be the warning to you, and please take our word for it. There's plenty more to come as our winter weather continues and our coverage of it continues, plus more to come here on 6:30 Central. So stick with us.